Welcome to the 11th episode of United Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We just finished the game against Fulham, and we've got the match report about that and about stuff that's going on in the rest of the football world as well. So let's just start off with the Fulham game. Your thoughts, Annie?
Hey guys, well, comfortable home win in the fourth round of the FA Cup is just what we expected really. For the first time, perhaps our predictions were right. Fulham very poor on the road, very poor away from home, and they
That's
never
right.
really got going. I thought that as soon as we got the early goal, the penalty from Giggs, the game just settled down to our tempo, and Fulham never really looked like they were a threat going forward. And of course, we're very strong at Old Trafford. We've not lost a game there, which we've led at half time under Ferguson. And it's going to be very difficult for them to find a way back into the game. And they didn't do that. And I thought it was a very dominated performance from United.
Definitely. Yeah, I have to agree with you. They're Fulham very poor on the road, and they again showed why with they had a very slow pace, and they were behind in the 72nd second if you look at it, when Ryan Giggs converted the penalty, which Mark Schwarzer got a hand to but couldn't keep out, and they didn't really show the desire that they needed to show in order to win. And I think coming into
Absolutely. I thought they just were going through the motions really, and it seemed like they didn't care that they were going to go out of the FA Cup. They didn't care that they wanted to get to the fifth round, and so unfortunate really. But well, I'm glad because the FA Cup is something that we've not really been doing well in the last few years.
Mhm.
And Ferguson made a point before the game in his notes saying that he's really wanting to go for the cup this year. And Evra was talking about it earlier in the week, saying that all the players know that this is the competition we really want to win.
Yeah.
So, happy about that.
Yeah, and I think if you look at United's performance, I think it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was great because just because of how poor Fulham were, but I thought United did what they had to do, got the job done, and I think attack after attack after attack. It was a miracle they were only 1-0 in front if you look at it,
Yeah.
and United should have easily scored 2 or 3 more goals.
Yeah.
But then Rooney's second really just settled the team, and after that we just comfortably saw the match out.
Yeah. Disappointed to lose the clean sheet, but it was a really good header.
Yeah, it was a little bit of slack, but come on, they were 4-0 up. I mean,
Yeah.
there wasn't much. There wasn't much that was really at stake after going 4-0 up. It's pretty much a guaranteed victory, and I'm glad we moved on to the next round. But I think I was reading an interesting statistic that Fulham are currently only 6 points clear of the relegation spots. They're in 14th place in the league. So if you look at it, maybe the FA Cup was more of a distraction, and perhaps they would feel.
Well, yeah, true, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a romantic, but I always feel the magic of the cup, and small teams have to make an effort because.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, they're not going to win anything in the league, so this is a trophy they can go for. And of course, it's a difficult draw, playing United away from home, but you would expect a little more effort, and all the players just seemed like they knew what the result was going to be before the match, and I suppose going down to an early goal doesn't help either.
Yeah, it's funny what you said about it being you being a romantic and smaller teams succeeding in the cup and all that. But if you look at football in today's world, it's all about money.
Yeah.
And it won't make much sense to win a cup but then go down to the championship because you lose so much money just in TV endorsements.
Yeah.
So I think if the name of the game is money, then Fulham would perhaps consider this to be a blessing in disguise, and they could now focus on the league.
Yeah.
Alright, Annie, quickly give me your top 3 players for this game.
I'd have to say Rooney, Anderson, and Giggs. I thought Rooney was very effective, lot of energy, and he seemed clinical. He's getting his sharpness back after coming back from injury, which is really important for the Madrid game. I was impressed with Anderson's energy in the middle of the park, again doing what he does best, going past players. His pass to Rooney's goal was quite good. And
Yep.
of course, Giggs rolling back the years again, brilliant performance on the
Super
wing.
stuff.
And, great penalty. I mean, took it well and happy for him.
Yeah, my top 3 are pretty much the same, except I'd have to give the nod to Giggs to be in first place, with Rooney and Anderson following. I
Yeah.
think Giggs really stepped up today. I think with sort of a young central defensive partnership of Phil Jones and Chris Smalling, you needed an elderly statesman really to settle the team, and Giggs did exactly that. 72 seconds in, he got the penalty and he scored.
Yeah.
I think that really sent United on their way. And I was very impressed with Rooney, although he had a couple of chances where he could have shot, but instead opted to slow it down and maybe try and find the killer pass. But
Yeah.
he did well to get the goal, cutting inside and scoring, and overall a very decent performance. And Anderson as well, lots of energy in the park. He's trying to discover his great form that he had before the injury earlier this season, and I'm hoping that he can fight for a midfield place against Carrick and Cleverley, keep the competition going.
Indeed. Well, moving on to the rest of the action, there was some midweek action. Carling Cup, Chelsea playing their second leg versus Swansea. at the Liberty Stadium, and of course, a lot of incidents in that game. The game
Mm-hmm.
itself finished 0-0. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, most people don't even remember the game anymore after what happened in the, what was it, the 80th minute, something like
Yeah.
that? And, Eden Hazard going and kicking the ball boy. And if you look at the two schools of thought on this, and I'm going on one school, and I'm saying that Eden Hazard was what he did was absolutely despicable. I mean, you're a professional footballer. You play for a top tier team. You get paid lots of money to do what you're doing. You don't get money to kick ball boys. I mean, come on, they're doing their job.
Yeah, but I would say he played the ball though.
Oh yeah, that's funny. That's funny. There, I'll give you that. But
I would say that the fact that he's a professional footballer playing the top level, you expect him to want to win a game, get frustrated when he's losing. He's trying to just get
but
the
it,
ball back quickly.
but it wasn't the ball boy's fault, was it? Come on.
After the first leg, and I felt that the ball boy, I mean, he's not a kid of 12 or 13 years old.
Yeah, he's 17. Come on, still a
And
kid.
he knows what he's doing. He was on Twitter before the game saying that he was the best ball boy because he was so good at wasting time. Come on, that's just not
That was
right.
probably. I mean, despite what he said, I mean, come on, you're a professional. You just can't do this stuff. What's next? People start slapping the referee.
I thought he kicked him, absolutely. No doubt about that. And there's a lot of sympathy for that. But he made a mistake and he said sorry. But I also think the ball boy was quite immature. And it was his mistake as well. That's not what he should be doing. That's not what he's there for. He's there to give the ball back.
Well, yeah, be that as it may, I still think what Hazard did was absolutely wrong, and I feel that he's lucky to just escape, without too much punishment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also I would have to say that apart from all this, it's taken the shine away from what's a pretty impressive achievement for Swansea City.
Very impressive, yes.
After more than 100 years, they finally reached a major final.
Yes, and I think they'll be playing against Bradford City in the final. I think they have a very good chance of winning the cup and then appearing in Europe next season, which would be a fantastic achievement for a club that was in the Championship 2 years ago.
Yeah, and talking about Chelsea, I mean, again, disappointing. They started the season in contention for 7 trophies, and now it's down to 2, the League and the Europa League. And let's be honest, the Europa League, it's an afterthought, really.
Yeah.
And, so much potential. They could have won the UEFA Super
Oh,
Cup.
so much potential.
And now the Carling Cup, out of the Champions League. So they lost the World Club Cup as well. So again, problems with Chelsea. They never really got going in the game.
It's quite simple, Annie. I'll give you 3 words. 93 million. That's the amount of money Chelsea has spent on new players since the beginning of the season. 93 million. That's the overall value of most clubs playing football.
Yeah.
And to just spend so much money and still be languishing, and I'll say languishing, they're in 3rd place, but they should be so much higher.
Yeah.
And to be knocked out of trophy after trophy is just absolutely disgraceful. I think they really need to get their ideas together.
Teams with limited resources achieving incredible things. Bradford City lost the game 2-1, but because of the result from the previous leg, going through to the final, what a miracle! They beat 3 Premier League teams.
Absolutely brilliant. Hats off to Bradford.
Yeah. What did you make of that?
I thought, I mean, after winning 3-1 in the first leg, most people were absolutely shocked, and I was one of those people. I mean, come on. Yeah, Aston Villa, not a great team, not in a particularly good run of form right now, but I mean, come on. Bradford is a 4th tier team. They should be beating them with their eyes closed and 5 players on the pitch. But, Bradford City pulling off, what romantics like you die for in the cup. Upsets. And I think even though they lost the second leg, I think Bradford City deserve everything that's coming to them. They've been absolutely brilliant in the cup, and appearing in the final, nothing short of miraculous. And I would be extremely happy to see them win. In fact, the cup. I think they are an example for what lower league teams can achieve in such cup competitions, and really what this cup competition stand for.
Indeed. And moving on to other results, another domestic cup, the FA Cup. And a lot of games played today, of course, apart from the United game.
Mm-hmm.
So Arsenal defeating Brighton 3-2 away from home. What did you make of that game?
Brighton really gave them a run for their money, I think. It's a lower league team, and Arsenal are perennial contenders for the FA Cup every season.
Yeah.
And I think Arsenal were really given a scare. I mean, Giroud scored, and then they replied back with Barnes' equalizer, and then Giroud scored again. A brilliant goal that really was off balance, but managed to stab it home. Super stuff. And they equalized through Ulloard, I can't really pronounce his name, and then Walcott scoring with a deflection in the 85th minute. I think Arsenal really got away with that, but they're in the next round now, so...
Well, I would have to say a good week for Arsenal overall. They're very impressive midweek, beating West Ham 5-1.
Very impressive.
It was absolutely superb. And I think the signing of Walcott with the contract, I think that's given them some sort of a boost, and they've had a good week. As you said, through the next round, that's what matters.
Yeah, and I think, Walcott's signing just shows that Arsenal aren't always a team that sells. They aren't always a team that loses their best players. I think Walcott's signing really shows the commitment that I think he would, his signing would really persuade many of the other players to sign new contracts as well. Especially key players like Jack Wilshere and Bakary Sagna and Wallace Chesney. These are the cornerstones of Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I think Arsenal have a bright future if they manage to keep their players.
True. Well, also other results: Man City beating Stoke away from home, late goal from Zabaleta. I think that was quite an impressive result. Actually, Stoke are a very difficult team.
Very difficult team.
And FA Cup again, unpredictable, and I think they'll be quite relieved to get to the next round. But Company got injured, had to be substituted, had a calf strain. So I think Mancini will be keeping a close eye on that since they're playing Liverpool next week.
It really didn't look good, and I was looking at the bench of Man City before the game, and they didn't have a centre back on there. Gail Clichy came on, and I think Man City should be relieved to go through in the next round. I mean,
Mancini was saying earlier this week that he can't sell Balotelli because he doesn't have enough players. I mean, it's amazing for a club that has spent such poor planning into their squad.
Horrible planning, yes. And I think Man City should be relieved to get through to the next round. And I think they're a very difficult team to play, a very dangerous team, and probably contenders for the FA Cup.
Yeah, and I thought in general Stoke should be disappointed. They were pretty average.
Yeah, they really should be disappointed. However, City through the next round, and we'll see what comes to what. All right, then let's move on to the rest of Europe. Barcelona joined Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey semis. What do you make of that, Annie?
Oh, absolutely. Really entertaining game. Malaga, God give them a lot of credit. They gave Barca a real run for their money, and it was a really entertaining game. Barca winning 4-2 in the end. But as you said, through the semi-final, Real Madrid, big incident. Casillas got injured and most probably now missing both legs of the Champions League matches against United.
Yep.
And that's definitely good news for United. But,
great news.
1-1 draw with Valencia, and but still managing to go through the semi-finals. And should be two amazing matches, two El Clasicos.
Indeed, two El Clasicos, and you mentioned in one of the previous episodes that should Barcelona meet Real Madrid in the semi-finals, they'll be playing each other 3 times in the space of
3 weeks. Yeah,
3 weeks. That's just spectacular.
And they have the United game time.
Exactly, Real Madrid have a tough February to look forward to.
Absolutely.
And plus, they also had 2 players sent off in the game against Valencia in the second leg. Fabio Contrao got sent off, and Angel Di Maria as well. So they short on players. A tough round of fixtures coming up. I mean, that's when
interestingly, a lot of stories circulating around the Madrid camp. Marca, which is the big daily in Spain.
And unofficial Real Madrid spokesman, yes.
Yeah, the news that apparently in the meeting of the club captains, Ramos and Casillas with Florentino Perez, they requested that Mourinho leave at the end of the season. Otherwise, certain players would be leaving. And of course, Florentino Perez quickly convened a conference and denied the story. But there is generally sort of feeling around Real Madrid that the players are not very happy with Jose Mourinho or his methods.
Yeah, there's a mutiny brewing in Real Madrid, and I think I absolutely disagree with it. I think despite everything that's been going on this season in Real Madrid, you can't discount a coach that quickly. If you look at a coach of Jose Mourinho's pedigree, and even should Jose Mourinho leave Real Madrid at the end of this season, even if Perez supposedly listens to his players, Sergio Ramos and Casillas, who are they going to hire who could be better than Mourinho?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, there are only 2 managers better than Mourinho. Alex Ferguson, who is, there's a 99.9% chance he won't sign for any other team. He's probably going to retire in a couple of years. And Pep Guardiola, who's already agreed to join Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, Jose Mourinho is the best option. So instead of crying like whiny little babies, you should be trying to make it work with a great manager and great players.
Sense among the Spanish players that he's quite partial to the Portuguese players in the squad, and there's a sort of barrier there. And also, I think unlike his time at Chelsea or Inter Milan, he's not been able to actually impact the dressing room as much in Madrid because these are all established stars. They won the World Cup.
Yeah, lots of big egos.
They're immune to criticism from the press, and they have big egos, as you say. So Mourinho maybe not able to influence them as much as he would have liked and put his methods across. But also he's having some problem with the fans because of the style of football.
Yeah.
And Real Madrid fans notoriously very demanding. So difficult times for Madrid, but they'll be looking to get some positive results and maybe get the mood back up in the play.
Yeah, and I think if Madrid, the La Liga is pretty much gone right now.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that United can take care of them in the Champions League. So if you look at it, if they can get past Barcelona, I think the Copa del Rey is the best chance for silverware this season. And I think even if they don't build any silverware this season, I don't think Mourinho will leave. I think Perez will probably be able to get some sort of connection between the players and the manager and make sure that the team keeps running. Because, firing people isn't the option. Continuity, consistency is what's required in a club to help it grow and achieve what it can achieve.
Well, I hope so, but club chairman and generally owners these days are not thinking along those lines, unfortunately. And Real Madrid, of course, they've sacked managers in the past who won the league. I mean, Del Bosque was sacked a few days after winning the La Liga.
Born Schuster as well, Fabio Capello.
Yeah,
lots of managers
they have
sacked.
a history of sacking very good managers.
And speaking of Real Madrid, Iker Casillas injured his hand in the game against Valencia. And what's the news on that?
So they are saying that he could be out for potentially 12 weeks. And there's no official confirmation yet, but the Real Madrid doctor said that these injuries usually take a lot of time, and very unlikely now that he's going to play even the second leg against Man United. And Real Madrid going and signing Diego Lopez from Sevilla for 4 million euros.
Yeah, I think it's great news for Manchester United fans, us, that Iker Casillas will not be playing, and that's absolutely fantastic news. I think Iker Casillas is one of top 2 best goalkeepers in the world.
Yeah,
and I think
even despite the poor form that he's had.
Yeah, despite the poor form, he's still a fantastic goalkeeper who can really affect a match on his own, which very few goalkeepers can do.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that he won't be playing against United. However, this new man, Diego Lopez, who formerly played for Real Madrid and won the La Liga with them in 2006-2007, then moved to Villarreal and then Sevilla, and now he's back. I think Diego Lopez is also a great goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He's experienced. He's got super reflexes. He's a tall guy.
Yeah.
So I think all is not lost for Real Madrid. He's not Iker Casillas. Very quickly.
Yeah.
And I feel really sorry for Real Madrid's reserve goalkeeper Antonio Adan. I mean, when he had his great chance, it was just taken away from him.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Well, moving on now to our ongoing special feature for this month, the transfer window discussions. And of course, Man United making some moves in the transfer window, confirming the signing of Wilfried Zaha for 15 million. Was it 10 million plus add-ons, if I'm right?
Plus add-on, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And so what did you make of that signing?
Once again, there are 2 schools of thought here, and I'm going one way. You'll probably go the other way, but I'm going to say it first. I don't think Wilfried Zaha is worth anywhere close to what he's been paid, what they've paid for him. Nowhere close. I'm not talking about 15 million, I'm talking about 10 million, the base fee. He is worth nowhere close to that. Here's the thing. He may be an England international. He made his debut against Sweden when Ibrahimovic scored 4 goals. Remember that bicycle volley? Good God. But despite that, Zaha, and he's played more than 100 games for Crystal Palace, I still don't think he's worth 10 million. I think he's...
No, but I think you've got to take into account the fact that he's a young, talented...
I understand that.
English players have a premium attached to them. I mean, it's almost 10 million to start.
And of course, I understand all of that, but this is Alex Ferguson we're talking about. This guy's been in the transfer market longer than we've been alive.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, you should really realize that these players are overrated. I mean, their values are overrated. I wouldn't say the player is overrated.
He made the point about RVP a couple of weeks back that, when he was talking about how we signed RVP and he said, the thing about a player is you either want them or you don't want them. And I think with Wilfried Zaha, we were very impressed by his talent. We sent scouts to watch him.
No.
He, of course, played at Old Trafford when Crystal Palace beat us in the Carling Cup quarterfinals last season.
And he was brilliant in that game, I'll say that.
Yeah, he was really good in that game, and he's a very talented player, plays on the wing, 2-footed, and there's a lot of talent in the boy. We wanted him, and we had to pay the fee because there was interest from other clubs as well.
Yeah, but if you talk about RVP, he's a proven goal scorer. Golden Boot winner.
Proven goal scorer, but with an injury record. So
with an injury record, and I went on record and I said before that it was possibly a huge gamble to sign RVP. Yeah. But, thank the stars, he's been injury free and he's been in super form for United. Yeah. Wilfried Zaha is a different story. Here's the thing about Wilfried Zaha. He can be brilliant in one game and horrible in the next. Does that remind you of someone in our team? A certain number 17?
Yeah, Nani.
Exactly, Nani. What if Wilfried Zaha becomes another Nani?
I would say that's something that comes with age. It didn't come with Nani, but it did come with Ronaldo. He was frustrating at times, but look what the player he became. Yeah,
and I think, Zaha and Ronaldo have many things in common. I think Zaha is also a pacey player. He also prefers to play on the wing, just like Ronaldo, possibly cutting in or beating his man on pace.
Yeah.
But the thing about Zaha, he has extremely quick feet. He can potentially get past 2-3 players at once. Yeah. So, while I still go on record and say that 10 million is too much, I'd have paid 5, 6 for him. But British players overinflated, as you said. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with him in United. I'm looking forward to seeing the competition that he brings to the wings, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the other players improve as a result of him coming into the club.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, Newcastle again making a lot of signings from the French. So Ramio, we talking about how he needed to learn French, and so what do you make of their signings?
They've signed half the French national team, for God's sake.
Well, there was a joke about it saying that Joey Barton is so annoying that most people in France are emigrating out of France to Newcastle.
Oh my God, it's his accent, I'm telling you. It's that accent that he used in the press conference. People want to leave now and go to Geordie Town. I'm looking at the list of players Newcastle United have signed, and Matthew Debuchy, we already talked about him before. Proven French international, League One winner with Lille 2 years ago. Yoann Gouffran, winner with Bordeaux 4 years ago. Moussa Sissoko, an incredible talent, young player from Toulouse.
Yeah.
They signed Haidara, whom I don't know much about, so I won't comment really. And Yanga Mbiwa, who won the league last year with Montpellier. So if you look at it, these are all League One winners. So these aren't just random signings for Newcastle. And I combine the total value, Newcastle has spent 21.2 million euros so far in the transfer market.
Yeah.
Of course, they got close to 11 million for euros. So, no, but still, Newcastle have strengthened the team, and in a good way. I think this is a very, very balanced list.
I think that it's good timing, and they definitely needed to do something, add some impetus to the team, because they are struggling. We've discussed their problems earlier on in the podcast. But and hopefully these signings can make an impact for them.
Yeah, I think with all the injuries, I think Newcastle have moved at the right time. They've taken advantage of the transfer window, something that Arsenal have not. And I'm looking forward to seeing Newcastle improve after we beat them like this.
Well, one positive news apart from the signings for them is Colaccini is most probably now staying until the summer and has been convinced to do so. So that's a big boost for them.
Big boost, and we talked about him last time out about how he wanted to leave, and I said how he was a big part of Newcastle United. Now you said he was the heart of the team, and he indeed is the heart of the team. I think Newcastle will be very happy to keep him.
Yeah. Well. Player salute now for the week, and AK, would you like to do it?
Oh yes, I indeed would. We talked about Bradford City early on, and my player salute goes to James Hansen. He's played 134 games for Bradford City in 4 years. He scored 36 goals, and he was working part-time as a shelf stacker while playing for Bradford City. Now that's called commitment. Playing for your hometown team while working to make ends meet. And next thing you know, you're in the League Cup final, having scored a decisive goal. It's nothing short of spectacular. Hats off to James Hansen and the entire Bradford City team.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Alright then, we've got predictions coming up. Southampton at home next in the midweek. And your prediction, Annie?
Well, hopefully another comfortable home victory. I was thinking earlier that maybe we should wrap RVP up in cotton wool until the Madrid game.
Keep him safe, keep him safe.
To get involved versus Southampton, he should just sit at home and put his feet up. And Danny Welbeck and Hernandez and Rooney could get the job done. And also maybe give some game time to Nani, because he's going to need games to get back his sharpness. That's that. And same for Valencia. He looks half the player he was before. So, but yeah, hopefully a comfortable home victory. What about Bob? What do you think?
I'm going for a comfortable home victory as well. I think Southampton are a good team, and I think they gave us a lot of trouble early in the season when we beat them 3-2. And as you mentioned, RVP, it would be best if we rested him till the Real Madrid games, but life isn't perfect, and he'll probably be starting against Southampton. I'm going for 3-1, mainly 3-1 to United, that is. Mainly because I think Southampton have just lost a manager and gained a new one, so things must be difficult in the dressing room. Their fans are discontent, and lots of trouble going on in the club. So I think United will probably.
And players fighting for their places.
Of course.
New manager, so you never know.
But I think the Old Trafford atmosphere combined with the great form that United are in should see us through. 3-1.
Alright, lastly, bit of promotion, guys, as usual. Thanks for watching the videos. Please subscribe to our channel on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Follow us on Twitter, United Talk 19, and like our page on Facebook. See you guys next week.
See you guys.